everyone, it's Katie, and today I'm going to be showing you my warm-up routine before class. All of you have been asking for this. What's a good idea? What's not a good idea? What should a routine be? So I'm going to show you mine. This is kind of a follow along, not really. You can just use this for inspiration. I'm also going to give you some tips as we go through. Feel free to incorporate things you like doing in your own warm-up routine, but this is just what I do. So the first thing I like to do is just stretch a little bit, kind of get everything going. So I usually just kind of lay on my back, hug my knees into my chest, and do this one where I bring the knee over and just relax. This really stretches out my spine, my hip, and kind of gets everything moving. And then I do the other side, you know, just getting out the kinks a little bit. And then I might even do this one. I just kind of hug my knee into my chest. I don't do hamstrings yet. I'm not warm enough yet, so this is just to kind of get everything going. Another one I really like to do is where you put your feet one up and the other is down like this. Just this really gets into the side of the leg. And then I'll switch. Both knees are going in the same direction. Just to kind of, again, get everything going. I never do big stretches first, and I really don't do big stretches before class at all. It's really, really dangerous. So then after that, I might do a little ab work. I didn't used to, but lately I've started doing it, and I really think it's helpful. So I'll just do some roll-ups, the Pilates roll-ups, you know, these. If you took my class on Wednesday, my stretch and strength class for dancers, we did these. Just a couple to really get the abs going, and make sure if you do these, don't arch. You really want to curl up as much as you can over that beach ball. Just kind of curling back and down. So after a couple of those, I might do either some crunches, usually not. I might just do the Pilates ab series like this. A couple of these. Just to get the core moving, nothing, you know, not a ton, or the double leg, you know, again, just to kind of get the abs moving. If I do crunches, I like doing them with both knees out because this really forces you to use your stomach. So, you know, just a couple of these, just nothing drastic, just to wake up my core. So after that, I'll sit up and I'll probably do the hip opener, one leg over the other, just kind of twist, get these to wake up a bit. Or this one. You know, if you took my class on Wednesday, we also did this. This is great for your hips. And I feel warm enough with the ab series to do this. It's nothing drastic. Then I'll do the other side. Because this is your turnout. And I find that if I don't stretch out my turnout muscles, wake them up, it's not cute. So I really like to get them going just a little bit. After I have stretched a little bit and done some ab work, I really like rolling out my feet. All of you have seen this little wall in either the point work strengthening video or the exercise feet and point work strengthening video, which if you haven't seen, I will link right here. But basically, I just roll out my feet because otherwise I feel like I cannot point them. And I feel like I'm constantly gripping rather than being into the floor. So I just do this, you know, for a couple of minutes. But I do it without fail before every class. Otherwise, it's not pretty. So if you really want to see in depth how I do this, check out one of those videos. Otherwise, just roll your feet out. After I roll out my feet, I do Thera Band exercises, also in those two videos. So I'll just briefly show you. One foot, just kind of point and flex. You know, do the point and flex. I do the toes. I do this one, flex with the curling and the rolling through. Both are all in those videos if you want a more in-depth look at that. But then also what I do, I did not show you, I don't believe, is I cross one foot over and wing. That could be in that video also. Just again, getting the feet moving. And I like doing my Thera Band exercises after I roll out my feet because otherwise, again, they're too tight. So I roll them out to get them loose, and then this wakes them up. You can also do things without a Thera Band. One of the nice tricks if you're ever injured or something, is to spell the alphabet with your feet. So A, B, C, D, E, etc. And this, or you can just do ankle circles, and I find that this works wonders for waking up your feet. So I do the rolling out, the exercises, and occasionally I'll just wake my ankles up like this. After that, I do a little spine work. Sometimes I'll do it with legs out, sometimes I do it crossed. And what I like to do is just kind of arch and curl just a little bit, kind of wake the spine up. Again, sometimes I'll do it like this, just to get the spine. It's really important that you wake your spine up, you get it moving, because everything comes from here. Your spine is your support, so you have to wake it up. I also like doing curl down, arch down, and curl, arch down, and curl. It's from the side, it looks like this. Arch and curl. You can also do it with legs out, you know, just to kind of, this is a bit of gyrotonics, if anybody's ever taken gyrotonics, just to get the spine warm, and then you reverse, curl, and up, and curl, and up, and you find that it kind of wakes you up. Then after I do my spine, then that's when I start to really open up my legs. So I'll probably do this one and just sit here for a minute, nothing drastic. I do not do the splits before class. I do not do the heel in the hand or the big penché before class. You will not ever see me do that. That's really dangerous. Your body hasn't woken up yet. You could do serious damage to your hip flexors, serious damage to your inner thighs. This is still maintained because you're controlling it. And I don't even do the whole full press thing. I might go side and side because that wakes this part up. Just side to side. You know, like this. Again, I never do the full split or anything before class. Just a little hip opener. So far, to recap, I have done a little bit of stretching, the abs, roll out my feet exercises, spell the alphabet with my feet, the arch and the curls, and then this. Really, it takes longer to say than you do. I just kind of go through it. It's just about waking up your body. Then I do the least fun thing of them all, and I grab my tennis ball, which is in here, tennis ball, and I open up my hips. What you do is you take the tennis ball and you put it right under the hip bone, right here. And that's your turnout muscle. And I lay on it, and you'll find a spot that's tight, trust me, you will. And it doesn't feel particularly good. If you're really tight with your turnout, or you have tight hip flexors or something, put the tennis ball under and just see how long you can possibly stand it. You can also do this with a foam roller, but I find that the tennis ball gets more specific spots. And you'll find a spot, trust me. But what happens is, and then you can kind of roll back and put it more under the hip bone itself, or more of your spine, and just find a tight spot or 10. And you'll find that when I do this, I feel like my legs open up more, I can turn out more. That's also really critical to me with the opening of the feet. I also do this. If you've ever taken class with me and you see me in the hall just kind of laying here like this, I'm not just laying here, I'm opening up my hips. So I do that on the right side, on the left side, and it really, really helps feel like loosen up my legs and loosen up my hip joints so I can turn out with my legs, etc. So now the last thing I do before class is stretch my hamstrings. So I will put it up on the bar, lean forward a little bit, just to wake them up. If you have really tight hamstrings, here's a trick. All you do is you lean forward, normal stretch. Straighten back up a bit and push your leg into the bar as hard as you can, using the hamstring, using the heel, so you activate the hamstring. You should feel it. For a couple of seconds, relax it, release it, and you should be able to go further. It kind of is a trick to the muscles to get them to work and to then release, and then you can go further. So I do this, I do the front straight leg, I'll also do the front attitude to get my hips, the outer hip warmed up. Just forward a little bit, and back. And I'll also do just a little bit to the side. Again, nothing drastic. It's just about opening them up. Again, I do not do the heel in the hand. I do not do splits. You could really hurt yourself. So if you really overstretch before class, you could be tearing little muscle fibers and not knowing it because you're not warm enough yet. Feel free to do those at bar, between bar and center. You're completely fine. After class, you're great. Your muscles are ready to stretch. Let me know if there's something I left out that you really like to do before class. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Again, make sure you're warming up properly. Feel free to do this. Feel free to, again, incorporate your own things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Make sure you didn't miss my previous video, which has 2 holiday giveaways in it. So just click it to watch, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching.